Oblique triangles. Let's begin with that. What's oblique triangle? It's oblique triangle, any triangle that does not have a 90-degree angle. That's what oblique triangle. So this is an oblique triangle. That's an oblique triangle. None of these triangles are 90 degrees, or it might look something like this. That's not an oblique triangle. I don't have a 90-degree angle. If I don't have a 90 degree, I can't use the sine as opposite over hypotenuse. It's only correct if you have a right triangle. You have a 90-degree angle. So I don't have that here. So let's call this triangle A, B, C. A, B, C. I could have a triangle also that looks like this. That's also oblique triangle. None of these angles are 90 degrees. So what the law of sines says, and that's what the topic, the law of sines. First, if this is angle A, this side opposite to it, small a. This is small b, and this is small c. That's how we label them. This is angle A, that's side A. This is angle B, the side opposite, small b. This angle is C, the side opposite, small c. This is A, the angle is A, that side is small a. This is C, this side small c, that angle B, this side small b. The law of sine says the ratio of A to sine A, it's always the same as the ratio of B to sine of B, which is the same as C to sine of C. That's what the law of sines. This is the law of sines. Right there. So when somebody said to you, what's the law of sines? That's it. So let's take a triangle and try to solve it using the law of sine. Let's take an example and solve it. So let's say I have this triangle. This is A. Angle, I don't know, 60. This is B. Angle 70. And this side, this is angle C, this side C, this side is B, this side is A. Let's say we know side C to be 6. Solve the triangle. Solve it means find everything about it. All the missing values. Can we find what angle C is? What's angle C equal to? All the angles in a triangle should add up to what? 180. So 70 plus 60 plus C should add up to 180. So what is C equal to? 180 minus 60 minus 70. What do we have? 1671. Is that a 50? 50 degrees. Now I need to find side A and side B. The law of sine says A over sine of A should equal B over sine of B, which should equal C over sine of C. A is unknown, but sine of 60 here should be the same as B, which is unknown, over what? Sine of 70, which should equal what? C, which is 6 over sine of 50. And now I need to solve it. I can't take the first two. If I take these two to try to solve it, I'm in trouble. Why? How many unknowns do you see there in that equation? 2. One equation by 2 unknowns nobody can solve. But what about if I take these two? How many unknowns do you see there? 1. So I'm going to take these two and solve them. Cross multiply. This times that should equal this times this. So here we go. B times sine of 50 should equal to what? 6 times sine of 70. And to solve for B, we're going to divide both sides by what? Sine 50. Let me go to my calculator and do the math there. Six times the sine of 70 divided by the sine of 50. And if I did everything correct, I get 7.36. Now, can I use Pythagorean theorem here? No. Why? It's not right triangle. So how can I find then A? I can use the outside ones together. I can say A over sine of 60 is equal to what? 6 over sine of 50. How many unknowns in that? 1. Cross multiply. A times sine of 50 is equal to what? 6 times sine of 60. To solve for A, we divide by what? Sine of 50. Here's my calculator again. Clear. 6 times sine 60 divided by sine of 50. And I got 6.78. Now we got everything about that triangle. We know side A, we know side B, and we know angle C. Let's try another one. I'll do another one. I'll give you an example. Like I'll give you an application. Here we go. You know what? I'll do this. We got this mountain here. Steep like this. And Verizon wants to put an antenna here. Cell phone tower. Right there. There's our cell phone tower. So they're going to attach, to make sure that doesn't fall, they're going to attach one end down here to the ground. That's your first triangle. Can you see it? And the second one is right here. We have two triangles. We'll give you some angles. We know the height of that tower they put there. That's 50 feet tall. I also know this angle is 20 degrees. That's 20 degrees on the top. And I know where the stake in the ground is going to go from the edge of this. This is, I don't know, 20 feet away. For the other one, I know this is 80 here. And the other stake, that distance, I don't know, it looks like 15 to me. Can I get how many feet of cable we need to secure that antenna? I need one for this side and one for that side. So let's call this length 1 and let's call this length 2. So when I look at my triangle, I have two triangles. This is what it looks like. This is the first one. This is this one on this side. This is L1. This is 20. That's 50. This is 20. And the other tower I have there, the other triangle, I have this triangle. I have 15 here, I have 50 here, and I have 80 here. And I need L2. So I got two triangles. Now let me solve the one on the left. Maybe I can find L1. So this is A, B, C. So this is side A, this is side B, and this is side C. So again, A, which is 50, over sine of A, which is unknown, should equal B, which is 20, over sine of B, which is sine of 20, which should equal what? C over sine. I don't know what that angle is. Let me wait on that. Let me wait on it. Now let me look at the first one, the first group. Can I solve this one? So let me cover that. Can I find what? There's only one unknown in it, which is angle A. So if I do cross multiply here, 20 times sine of A should equal what? 50 times sine 20. Divide both sides by 20. Now hopefully these numbers work out, because I didn't think about it. I'm nervous about this now, because if that's more than 1, it's not going to work out, because I made numbers up without thinking about them. Let's see what that number is. 50 sine 20 divided by 20. I'm okay there. It's 0.855. How do we figure out what angle A is? Isn't that the inverse sine? What's angle A? Second sine 0.855. It's 58.8 degrees. If I know angle A, can I find angle C? Because they have to add up to what? 180? So 20 plus 58.8 plus angle C should add up to 180. So what is angle C? It should be 180 minus 58.8 minus the 20. It's 101.2. Now I can take that number here and put it right there, because I know what C is. So here we go. 20 over sine 20 is equal to C over sine 101.2. How many unknowns do you see there? 1. C is the length of the first cable, L1. So cross multiply 20 sine 101.2 equals C times sine 20. Again, to get rid of that, you divide both sides by sine 20. C equals, that's not the angle, that's the side. Let's do the math here. 20 sine 101.2 divided by sine 20. 57.4. That's your L1. So the first cable has to be 57.4 feet long. Now I got to figure the second cable, and it's the same idea. I can go through that, find L2, and add the two lengths, and that will tell me how much cable I need to hold that antenna. So let's finish it. The law of sine is really not that difficult. It's almost straightforward. There's limitation to it. I'll give you an example in a minute where it doesn't work. So this is the second triangle. This is the 80. This is the 50. This is the 15. A, B, C. This is L2, which is equal to side A. This is side B, and this is side C. Again, the law of sine here, A over sine of A, that's unknown, equals B, which is 15, over sine 80, which equals what? C, which is 50, over sine C. I can't take these two. How many unknowns? 2. I can't take these two. How many unknowns? 3. I can take these two. How many unknowns in them? 1. So if I take these two, cross multiply, 15 sine C equals 50 sine 80. Divide both sides by 15. Sine C equals what? Again, hopefully my math is good here. I might be in trouble. I might be in trouble mathematically here. That might be more than 1. I am in trouble. So I got to make adjustment to it. My adjustment is not 15 here. I'm going to make this side 50. This side not 15, 50. Because my sine cannot be more than 1. As I said, when you make these problems, just wing them off the top of your head. You got to be careful sometimes. So I'm going to go back and change this to 50. Not 15, 50. So now when I go to that triangle, if I make this side 50, I'm okay. That's 50 here. Oh no, that's, which one's that? That's 50? Yep. Well, if I make it 50, I'm stupid now. I didn't have to do any math there. Okay, I'll leave it. Watch what's going to happen. Sine 80 equals sine C. What does C will have to be? Better be 80 degrees. If these sides are equal, these angles are equal. They have to be. Now, can I find what angle A is? Angle A plus 80 plus 80 should equal 180. Angle A should equal what? 20 degrees? Now if angle A is 20, I can come back and use these two to find what side A is. A over sine 20 is equal to 50 over sine 80. Cross multiply here. A sine 80 equals 50 sine 20. Divide both sides by sine 80. A equals, let's see, 50 sine 20 divided by sine 80. So side A will have to be 17.4 feet. And that's L2. So the first cable was 57.4. And the second cable is 17.4. What's the length of the cable? It should equal what? 17.4 plus the 57.4. So I better go to Lowe's or Home Depot now and I need a 17.4 plus 57.4, and that's 74.8 feet of cable. Then I gotta figure out, you're gonna put a knot there and the top, a knot on the bottom, a knot on the top, a knot on the bottom on the other side. Let me add a couple more feet for the knots. So I need about 79 feet of cable if you add 2 more feet to it to hook them. There's one place where this doesn't work. You can't use this method. A couple of places actually. Well, 3 places to be exact. What are the 3 places where the law of sine doesn't work? Will not work. Where? Case 1, if you are given only the 3 sides, no angles, then you'll have 2 equations by 2 unknowns, regardless how you look at it. Now, another place where it doesn't work, if you are given only the 3 angles, no sides. And the third case, it does not work if you are given 2 sides and the angle between them. The law of sine will not work. You have too many unknowns in each one. Now let's try that. Let's say this angle 110 degrees. This is 7, this is 6. 2 sides and the angle between them, called A, B, and C. That means this is side A, this is side C, this is side B. A over sine A, the law of sine, equals B over sine B equals C over sine C. A is what? 6 over sine of A, which is unknown. B, unknown, over sine 110 equals C, which is 7 over sine of C. And anywhere you slice it, you will have two unknowns. If you grab the first two, notice if you take these two, you get two unknowns, b and sine A. Can't solve it. If you take the last two, you have b and sine C. You can't solve it. If you take the first and last, you get sine A and sine C. A and C are unknown. So this one cannot be solved using law of sines. You can't. So we have to look for another method. And that's where the law of cosine comes in.